Hi, um, my name's Allison, and I'm on a weight loss journey. Um, I am on Manjaro. I want to make that very clear because, I don't want someone to think, oh, you've lost so much weight, but not tell them that I haven't taken anything like that. So, yes, I am on Manjaro. I've always been pretty much overweight since I was about 10 years old. Up until then, I was pretty thin. But when I hit 10 years old, I started gaining weight pretty consistently. And I don't know, by the time I was in middle school, I had stretch marks. No one told me, like, hey, maybe slow down on eating and stuff. I ate whatever I wanted, and I gained weight. I remember in middle school we had to have a scoliosis check. They had to check us for scoliosis, and they made us take our shirts off. And when I took my shirt off and bent over, the nurse, instead of just doing her thing, she went, oh. And I was like, okay, either I have scoliosis or she's astounded that how fat I am. It was really embarrassing. And I was just like, I was already a really shy kid. I was just like, please don't look at me. Please, can I put my shirt back on? You know. So, yeah, I don't even know how much I weighed in middle school, but by the time I got out of high school, I was at 220 pounds. And then that was in 2011. I graduated 2011. And then by 2013, I had gone up to 285 pounds. And I wouldn't step on the scale after that. So I probably reached 300, but I don't know for sure because I wouldn't step on the scale. And so around that time, I got very sick. I was so sick. I couldn't keep anything down. I was throwing up constantly, and people were worried about me, and the doctors were like, we don't know what's wrong with you. You're really sick. And it turns out my gallbladder had gallstones, and so they had to remove my gallstones. But in about 4 months, when we were trying to figure out what was going on, I had lost 40 pounds just because I couldn't keep anything down. And I was really excited that I lost 40 pounds, but it was miserable how I lost it. Like, who wants to throw up constantly? Like, you're always hungry because nothing is staying down, but you're nauseous and sick to your stomach, and it was miserable. And that's when we found out that pain medication doesn't work on me. They put me on Percocet for after the gallbladder surgery, and I was in so much pain that my vision was black. And I ended up going to the ER, and they were just like, well, she had surgery, like, she's gonna be in pain. And I was like, can you do something about it? And they were like, no, we're just gonna let you be in pain. So I ended up just going home and being in pain for I don't even know how long, because it just is all a blur, because everything, like, my vision was black. I couldn't see anybody. Everybody looked like a black shadow because I was in so much pain. And then I hovered around 240, 217. Like, I would yo-yo between 240 and 217 for years. I would get down to 217 and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so close to being under 200. I just need to lose 17 pounds. And then I would shoot back up to 240. And I'd be like, damn it. I was so close, you know, and it was just really frustrating. And so then now we're here in January of 2023, I started working out because my mom had died in 2021, and it was a really traumatic death. Like, she lived for, like, the last 5 years of her life was really hard because she has diabetes, or had diabetes, and she went blind from complications of diabetes. She had kidney failure because of complications of diabetes. Like, her kidneys were just shutting down, and she was in end-stage renal disease. She had congestive heart failure, which I think they said was a complication of diabetes. She was just really, really sick, and it was miserable to watch her go through all that. And I'm not a doctor, I can't do anything for you, so all I could do was take care of her as best I could. But, like, it was, it was upsetting, because if she had taken care of her diabetes a lot sooner in her life, maybe it wouldn't have been so severe, because everything was a complication due to diabetes, and she ended up dying in 2021. And then 5 months later, my aunt died of cancer, and that was really hard because she was like a mother to me. And then my stepmom, a few days later, also died of cancer. And, that's my stepmom. Like, I loved her too. So all three of my mother figures in 5 months were just gone. And so that was really hard. And I started thinking about my health. At the time, I was a smoker. I smoked cigarettes for 15 years, which, don't smoke, especially as a teenager. Like, don't smoke. But, yeah, I was like, I gotta quit smoking because I'm gonna get cancer if I don't stop. Cancer runs in my family. I should have never started. But anyway, so a few days before my 30th birthday, I quit smoking, and I haven't smoked since. It's been 2 years, and I'm so happy that I did it. But I did get asthma because I smoked so much, because I was a heavy smoker. Like, I was an addict. Like, I was smoking at least 2 packs a day, if not 3 packs a day some days. And I mean, that's like a lot. So I was a chain smoker. And I regret ever doing that, but you can't change what you can't change. So, from here on out, I'm not going to smoke. But, like, I wish I never started. So, moral of the story is don't smoke. But I quit smoking a couple days before my 30th birthday. And then I started exercising just at home. I did the Chloe Ting, I think it was Grow a 2022 Grow a Booty or something like that. I was trying to concentrate on my legs, because at the time I walked with a cane because I have degenerative disc disease, and it was really hard for me to stand on my own and not feel like my legs were going to buckle. I also have some knee problems that make my knees just buckle out of the blue sometimes. Like, so I wanted to strengthen my legs. So I did that November. And then that January, my insurance said that they would pay for a gym membership. And I was like, yo, let's go. Like, that's perfect for me. So I signed up for the gym in January of 2023. And at that time, I was at about 238 pounds. which is a little less than 240, but like it's like 2 or 3 pounds. Like it's not, great. And I was exercising at the gym. I was going every day because I have OCD and I like to get in a habit and then run it into the ground until I'm sick of it. That's just how I am. So I would go to the gym and I would do the recumbent bike for like 30 minutes and then do like 30 minutes to an hour of assisted machines like the pull down, the rear delt, and the pec fly and the tricep. What is it called? Tricep push? I don't know. Bicep curl, all those machines that, the hip abduction and hip adduction, and just different machines that I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but these are assisted machines. They kind of tell you exactly what to do. So it was easy to start out like that. And then I eventually added 30 minutes of walking on the treadmill also. And I wasn't losing weight. Like, I wasn't really paying attention to my diet, so I can't even tell you what I was eating because I wasn't paying attention to my diet. So I think that's a big part of why I wasn't losing weight, but I also have PCOS, so I know it's harder for me to lose weight, and I am diabetic. So about in April 2023, my doctor suggested that I go on Mounjaro, and I was like, we could give it a shot. Like, it can't hurt to try. I'm not afraid of shots. I know a lot of people are like, needles. Like, I'm diabetic. I've been diabetic. I've been diagnosed diabetic since I was 18. Honestly, I was probably diabetic before then, but since I was 18, they diagnosed me, and I've pretty much been on insulin the whole time. Like, yeah, so like I'm used to having to take needles in the stomach like every day. So when they were like, it's a shot once a week, I was like, yeah, let's do it like once a week and I don't have to do it every day. That's awesome. And so I started out on the 2.5 milligram, and I didn't notice any changes to my appetite, but I lost like 10, 14 pounds in 3 months, which was like amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a miracle medicine. And my A1C started to go down. I don't remember what it was at that point, but it had gone down because the highest my A1C ever was a 13, which is extremely high if you don't know anything about A1C. And an A1C basically tells you what your blood sugars have been around for like the last 3 months, and mine was a 13, and they want yours to be like 5.7. So to be at 13 was like awful, and I felt awful because my blood sugar was high all the time, and like you feel sluggish and like you just don't feel good when your blood sugar's high. And so I continued on the 2.5 milligram for 3 months. And by the time that I saw the doctor after that 3 months, she was like, you can go up every 4 weeks as long as you're comfortable with it. So I started going up on the medication, and now here we are a year and a half later, and I'm at the 12.5 milligram dose, so my A1C currently, or last time it was checked, which was maybe a month or two ago, was 6.1, and that's without insulin. That's purely only metformin and Jardiance medications, which are pills that I take in the morning. And I've stopped taking the insulin because when I take the insulin, I struggle the rest of the day to get my blood sugar up high enough to, you know, be sustainable, because the insulin is too strong, and my blood sugar just drops dramatically and I can't keep it up. Like, I'm literally eating everything I can and it's still saying it's low, and I'm like, you know, that's dangerous too. So we stopped the insulin. She said I could take the insulin if I really needed it, but I haven't needed it since then. So Mounjaro's, it's a really good medicine if you're diabetic. I don't know necessarily all, you know, there's all the everything about, oh, people are taking Ozempic and they don't need it or whatever. You know, that's not for me to say what you need and what you don't need. But if you are diabetic, Mounjaro is like a game changer. At this point, I am at 173 pounds. And I started at 238 in January of 2023, and it is now August of 2024. So a year and a half-ish, a little over a year and a half. And my A1C is 6.1. It's never been that good. My A1C has never been that good. Even on a good day, it was never that good. So I gotta say, Mounjaro, you know, it's a really good medicine. I haven't had really many negative side effects with it. I do go to the bathroom a lot more than normal, but that's about the only side effect that I've noticed. And if I don't eat enough, excuse me, if I don't eat enough, my blood sugar will drop down and I will get dizzy and feel like I'm going to faint. But that's only if I don't eat enough. So it's really hard when you're trying to stick to a diet and your blood sugar's like, no, you need to eat more. And you're like, but I need to stay in this calorie restriction. And it's like, no, you don't. You need to eat more. So it really sucks, because I'm someone that's very by the book, and when I want to go to a certain calorie restriction, I want to stay in that spot, and it's hard that I have to go over. Like, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be so, like, it's annoying. So sorry if this is an awkward video and it's rambly. But that's my weight loss journey so far. I'm going to keep recording videos and see what else I can do. 174 is not my goal weight. My goal weight would be somewhere around 125, 130, because I am 5'5", and that's the average that you're supposed to weigh. If I weigh a little more, a little less, like, I'm not gonna be upset about that, but like somewhere around 125, 130. So, I'm speaking it out into existence that I'm going to be 125, 130, somewhere in that range someday, and hopefully sooner than later. So if you've watched this far, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I'll catch you later. Bye.